Hello, my homeschool friends. Good afternoon on this Monday. I hope everybody is having a fantastic start to your week. If you were like me, I don't know, Mondays were sometimes the hardest day for me. They've kind of always been like that for me. I don't know. How do you feel about that? Anyway, I wanted to come on here live real quick because y'all have been asking. I hear it over and over and over and over and over again, and I have been listening and trying to figure out the best way that I could bring this information to you. So, we're in our private Homeschool with Maggie O, your homeschool mentor group. This is a new series that I'm going to begin doing lives, and it's all about understanding homeschool philosophies. And I want to start there because our philosophy and like you as the parent, how you see your homeschool. How do you want your homeschool to look? What type of education do you want to provide for your kiddos? And that really does guide us then into understanding our learners. How do they learn best? And ultimately, and here's the question that I hear all the time from all of you, what is the best curriculum? Right? That's what we all want to know. What is the best curriculum? And that's a really loaded question. So I'm going to break it down. And over the next few live series that I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this to you. But we're going to start with philosophy because I want to know, like, are you a traditional kind of, you want to recreate sort of school at home where it's really, really structured? You're doing textbook and worksheets and that kind of thing. Do you want to come at it from a classical approach where you're doing more logic and rhetoric and helping them understand how to think, or excuse me, how to get about their logical reasoning? How do they think? Um, and really rich literature, history based, science based, and kind of tying it all together. Maybe you want some Latin in your homeschool. That's another approach. Um, or are you thinking unschooling, deschooling? Unschooling meaning you want it more child centered led. And when I mention all of these, there's no judgment here because these are real philosophies to homeschooling. And I bring them up because it's really important for you to understand which pathway do you see your homeschooling taking. It's also going to look at you, the parent. We know we want to look at our children and how they learn, but also the parent. Are you a working parent and you cannot be like right there beside them all the time and really parent heavy on the education that's being provided? Maybe you need more support. What is that going to look like? Because that plays a factor into curriculum. Whether you choose classical approach, traditional approach, Charlotte Mason, a really story based approach, unschooling, deschooling, whatever you want to call it, but it's important that you know the philosophy that maybe best aligns with your family and your family's rhythm. Just to say what is the best curriculum and to have random people telling you, "Oh, I love this. Go try this." Oh, we all see it. If we're all in multiple homeschool groups and we've all seen it, right? And I'm a 20-year veteran and I could tell you all day long my favorites, but does that necessarily mean that my favorites will work for you and your learners? No. And so when we ask that loaded question in our groups, we get loaded answers, and they're just arbitrary answers as far as you and your homeschool is concerned. And to be, I don't, and I'm say this respectfully, I don't really care about that. I want to know, right, what's going to work for my kid. I want to know when I say, and I think that's really the point. When parents ask this all the time, what's the best curriculum? They really want to know how are they best going to serve their child, their learner at home in the homeschool environment. And I say it's a loaded question because as you can just see what I just articulated, there's a lot going on there in that question. And we kind of need to drill down just a little bit before we start answering. So I hope you're going to enjoy this series. I really want it to be really helpful for all of you because I understand at heart where you're coming from. And it's a big deal. The curriculum that we choose or not choose is a big deal. And so having a little bit of understanding up front. And when I wrote my book, The Homeschool Roadmap, I talk about this early on that I always talk about. It's understanding your why. Why are you homeschooling? That is also profoundly important. Understanding philosophy. Where do you sit? What kind of homeschool do you want? It's a fair question, and it's fair for you to ask that. So I'm hoping that I didn't just lose y'all. I think there was a glitch. There was probably a little glitch right then. Sorry about that. Um, but we're going to cover that. And I think you're going to find it really helpful. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. And I hope you're having a great Monday. Talk to you soon.